that's just a twin drag rail. So that's how they get the drag pressure. Next we're going to get our screwdriver or flathead. We're going to take the wire out. Oops, spring loaded. So this is our metal retaining ring that holds drag washer in place. We're going to take the drag washer out. Okay, here's our drag washer. You can see that, little lobes. Those lobes keep it from spinning around inside. You can see that. So this is the clicker side because it has the screws on it. That's where this goes onto. So that corresponds with that. Reverse it. We're going to do the exact same operation. I can find the split. And there it is. Careful, all these little C-clips here, they're kind of spring-loaded. Okay, there's our secondary drag washer. So, like I said earlier, it's a twin drag reel, so it has drag washers on both sides activating. Overall, build quality is excellent. It's very similar to an Accurate or a Sigler, kind of the way the build quality is. This reel is made in China. I'm not sure where in China it's made in, but somewhere. But I have to say, I'm impressed. It's very nice. It's very similar to an Accurate. I'm just repeating myself there. This appears to be a carbon fiber drag washer. Okay, let's move over to the gears. So we have our main pinion gear. Okay, let's pull that out. So what we got here is our main shaft, or main pinion gear, and how to keep that together is a Phillips screwdriver located right there. So this, I think this is stainless steel, it looks like it, I'm not really sure. It's not rusty. Okay, let's get on to this. We have a washer. So that washer goes onto there. And then we're just going to get our screwdriver. I guess the bearing want to come out first. Okay, so this is our bearing. So we have a big bearing, and then we have a small bearing here. And we have also a anti-reverse bearing too. That's why we got that. So this has an anti-reverse bearing. Looks like it's been doubled up. Yeah, slide that back in there again. Overall, it looks pretty good. Let's take that snap ring out next. Yeah, so all these bearings are stainless steel metal shielded. So they have a metal shield covering them. Let's get our pliers. Carefully take it out. Okay, so that's how they get that ratchet. They have a little pin right there, corresponding with a piece of plastic. That piece of plastic rose on there. So instead of having it like an Accurate, where they have the dimples on here, they have dimples on this piece of plastic. But I have to say, I'm quite impressed on the build quality. Very well built for the price. Take that bearing out. This bearing has a washer inside of it, appears. Take that washer out. guessing it's like a spacer washer. Put that back in again so we won't lose it. Also a stainless steel. Let's get some calipers on there and our verniers and measure these bearings. So this bearing is a big one. Zero that out. In millimeters, it is 22 millimeters OD, 8 millimeters ID, 7 millimeters height. That's this big bearing. Let's move on to the main gear bearings. So OD, 17 mils OD, 9 mils ID, 5 mils height. Secondary bearing on the main gear here is 12 mils, 6 mils, 4 mils. Okay, let's get on to the bearings to do all the casting work. These bearings here will make the real cast. Again, we're putting it all back together so we won't lose orientation. Remember, this shoulder goes towards the spring. So not too much into this, not a lot of, inner workings. It's not as complicated. There's no rocket science here. Just take your time and look at the instructions. So these bearings will fit onto the spool, which makes your real cast. Let's take a look at the size. These are stainless steel metal shielded bearings. OD, 11 mils OD. 5 mils ID, 5 mils height. So that is the casting part of the reel. That's the bearings make all the casting works. So it has 2, 3, 5 bearings to this reel, so it's a 5 bearing reel. And the main pinion gear is nice and beefy. Really nice. Appears to be hardened stainless steel, I'm not really sure on that. Or stainless steel period. This is quite interesting. This pinion gear has a gear that's inside here. I guess instead of cutting the slot, they just put this gear. I'm not really sure how they did that. Oh, that slides apart. Okay. I'm gonna do that. So yeah, that's the inside of a camekoon tr100 left-handed reel drive. And if you're wondering how to take the handle apart, I'm going to show you next. The handle, you just get your fingers, just unscrew that. That's how you take the handle apart, just 2 pieces. I'll leave that together, there's nothing worth servicing in here. There's probably 2 more bearings in here, so it's a 3, 4, probably a 7 bearing reel in total. But yeah, good quality reel for the money. This reel is made in China, but this is a good quality reel. Yeah, it looks like a solid piece of aluminum. It's anti-reverse bearing. One thing I don't quite like is this piece of plastic. I would wish to be made out of a carbon fiber or maybe aluminum, like steel on steel maybe, or at the very least make this, different design. As you can see right here, the screws, if you over tighten it, they might want to pop out. That's the only flaw I see on this reel personally, is this plate, but that's on the inside of the reel. Overall, build quality is excellent, nothing to complain about other than that. Yeah, that's just the camekoon. Okay, stay tuned for part 2 of the reassembly. Thank you, bye. And that is how you take apart a camekoon.